Starting the stream. We're just gonna wait until I get notified. Is it like... Let me go to the studio real quick and see if I'm live. Yeah, I should be fine. Yes, live. So we will wait until Kanan starts viewing. Okay, well, I'm here. Kanan, if you're here, type something in the chat. So this is actually going to represent Jayden. All right. Okay, Kanan's here. Let's see, we're going to put top player. Good player. Normal unit. LT5 noob. And we're gonna have, yeah, LT5 noob. We can get rid of this one. Oh wait, I forgot, we have one more. I'm gonna change the colors a bit to match how I do them. There we go. Those are the colors I'm going to use. Does that look all right? So we're going to start with Tough Golem. Enough said. Which one is this? I think that is... I can't remember. Which one has that skin? I think... Oh, I know. That's Deflu. This is Deflu. He's not, like, terrible. We'll put him here. Sorry, Jobert. You're going in low tier 5 noob. Jayden. Dumb. Okay. That didn't really require much thinking, but we're going to go through and determine who's better. Who's better out of Bookie and Jobert? I'd say Bookie is slightly better. She just has a little bit better survival skills. Jayden just pushed out of the low tier 5 noob category and is now like a somewhat okay unit. I'd say my brother, Jeff is his real name is not Jeff. no. But I'd say Jeff is a bit better than Defalu, and I think Jayden's a little bit better than Defalu as well. Music player is good, but he's not as good as us up here because he's a bit rusty. I'd say he's probably better than Jeff, though. Oh, someone got a tier test. Emerald, Bench, Dom, me. Where's Kanan? Oh, I didn't add Kanan, did I? Let me pull up Kanan. Get Kanan. All right. There's a lot here on the top players list, so I'm going to move Bench and Emerald down a unit because we're the top player. Kanan and I'd say, are the top, and then Dom is also there. Music player can... I feel like music player is right between... He's not quite as good as, like, Bench, but he's, I'd say, better than Jeff. I'd say, yeah, he's good enough to go up here. Between Bench and Emerald, they just have two different fighting styles. I can't remember. I think... So, let's see. I think Bench was the slightly better sword player, but I can't remember. And then between the two of them, Emerald's really good at axe. In fact, Emerald is comparable to like Kanan and Dom at axe. UHC, but the problem is he's just not great at a lot of those. I'm gonna put Bench. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of the five of us who plays the most, just because his skill set outside of using his passive strat is a little lacking. But he's still pretty good, and he can still take out a lot of the enemies. He's especially good in team battles, where he'll contribute to his team very well. Bench, I'd say, is not quite as good as the rest of us, just because he's great at strafing, but he's not he's not as sweaty as the three of us up here, Kanan, Dom, and me. So now we get to the real challenge, is us three. Who's better between the three of us? Because we're all very comparable. So I am the worst at axe out of all of us, and I think, the slightly better sword player, but I'm rusty, so we'll just give me the benefit of the doubt there. But we're all very, very close in sword. Sword is Dom's second game of Dom's by far the best at Crystal. And then I think I'm still the best at Nethpot so we all kind of just have different things we're good at. So if we go ahead, I'm just gonna put Kanan a little higher than me, because I think he has so Kanan doesn't have as good mechanics as I do, but he has monster aim. I, on the other hand, have best mechanics, and Dom is really good at blowing stuff up. Dom isn't quite as good at Pot and Nethpot, though, and I used to be good at Pot, but I fell off. I'm just gonna leave it like this. We'll put Kanan up here, just give him the benefit of the doubt until last time we did our competition, I was the better PvPer, but for the time being, I've fallen off at Diamond Pot, and then a lot of my other kits I'm really rusty at. Yeah. Now we have the best of the best. These two people are better than Marlowe. And so Tough Golem, everyone knows about Tough Golem, but there's our lesser known higher tier one is Athelas, which is why I suggest we have a Tough Golem versus Athelas 1v1 to really determine who's the better player. I really don't know. Who y'all think's gonna win? Anyway, this is our tier list. Kanan, what do you think? Hold on, let me just change this to... Nah. Kanan, what do you think? Let me ping Kanan. Also, I should add, Jeff doesn't really do a whole lot of PvP. He's only kind of just there. So he might not even belong on this list. He mostly plays Epic Fight. But Kanan, what do you think? I'm still waiting on Kanan. And if you want, I can add a couple more people. So if we go into Siegegang's Discord, let's see, what's something we don't... Yeah, let me just show you Mobcraft player list. Boom. But we don't leak anything. So, is there anyone else here that really plays? ZR hasn't done PvP in a long time, and Mithrolate hasn't either. But, and so I'd put Azir and Mithrolate at normal units, both of them. Except I think Azir would probably be the slightly better one of them, I'd predict. Yeah. Here, I'm not going to put LT5 noob. I'm just going to put LT5. There we go. That way they can see the list. Here, I'm actually going to change this to sweats. Just sweaty PvPers. Nah, sweats is fine. Alright, this is our tier list. I'm gonna send it to everybody in the... These downloads I got it in, right? There we go. Alright, so that's everything. Very, very quick. How long have we even been streaming for? It's been like 15 minutes. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to... I usually use Novascan. No. That's my old skin. Oh, wait, I can. No, that ancient, ugly-looking skin I used to use way back in the day, like 5 years ago. Ew. Maybe it's under my old name? Okay, screw this. Here. So we're gonna make a skin for Jayden, actually, and then after that, yeah, another tier list. Oh, who would survive on a deserted island the best? Okay, so in terms of survival skills. All right, now we'll do. Not surviving long. Dead on arrival. For some reason that is weird. It doesn't do the that'll work. Alright. For whatever reason, this is not cooperating. Ruler. Survives ruler. And then we'll just... So the one surviving the longest on an island is me, and that is like I had no natural deaths on, and I'm also the person who beat UHC. So I don't want to hear it. It's gonna be me. That's it. Yeah, I beat UHC. What else is there? Tough Golem is notorious for dying for natural causes. He holds himself back too much. Atlas can kind of hold her own, but like we've saw that he's not surviving. He's doing fine. So let's see, who's dead on arrival? We're gonna say really just Mr. Jobert, honestly. Everyone else, they participated in Bristol SMP and were doing fine and are able to handle themselves in survival worlds. Even Tough Golem can do that. I'm gonna put him up here. Yeah, here. Alright, so out of all of these people, who's most likely to survive the longest? I seem to recall Bench never seems to be slightly better at surviving than Kanan. I'd even put Amaral up there with Kanan. Jeff is going to go at the bottom. Music player will be fine. Dom will be fine. Everyone here survives. I don't know what the exact order is that I put them in. I think this order works fine. I might even put Amaral on top there. Here is our who would survive the best on an island. I'm really just on survival skills. I guess I'm really just clowning on Mr. Jobert here. Sorry for throwing him under the bus, but oh well. Let's see how well he does in Mobcraft. He might do alright in Mobcraft. To no one's surprise, I am taking the top there, and it's not close. No one else here is going to be... I mean, to be fair, I'd say I beat UHC. It did take a couple of attempts, but I'm sure I could probably handle UHC. I am not a noob, even though I sometimes feel like one. What does Kanan think about this? Now, who's the better fighter in real life? I don't know. This we only need tier two. We only need two lists: martial artist, not martial artist. There we go. All right, now let's do this sorting. Okay. Now let me go through each person, and I cannot say anything about any of these guys. Here, actually, I'll create another list below. No info. So we have Jayden, Amaral. I met him in real life. I can answer. No info on D-Flu. Okay. So let's start with Jayden is going on the very bottom. He's so weak that even if he kicks me in the balls, it doesn't hurt. Next, who do we have? Jeff. He is going at the absolute strongest here. I fought him, and he's a monster. He's not even a martial artist, so obviously a martial artist is gonna kick his ass. But aside from that, he's a monster in real life combat. It's almost like he trained with me or something. The number 1 guy. Low tier 2 in real life. At least, I think. We'll see if that's true. Tough Golem. So just from raw stats, I'm gonna go ahead and say, just from the stats I've seen with size, I'm gonna go ahead and say, seems about right. I think that works. I'm going to assume Deflu is maybe a little bit stronger, probably comparable to Jayden. Typical middle schooler. I don't have enough info on these 4, though. Does anyone know if Music Player is a fighter at all? I'm also going to bring him down. Again, I don't have enough information. That is PvP in real life, yeah. It's almost like that's what I'm doing. Oh, Lucy texted me. All right. All right. That's all the tier list will be doing. I'm going to do, if Lucy calls me, I'll still keep doing the Minecraft skin, but I'm going to just turn off the face cam and mic if that does happen. So we're going to make it, he's going to match to my skin. Okay, she says she's watching. Okay, bet. That means I can do, Jayden is going to keep the same, but we're going to use No, we're just gonna use boom, and let's see what we have. So I'll make it here. That looks fine, honestly. Hold up, I'm gonna message him. You want short? Does he want short or long hair? Short bet. It won't be as weird and exotic as mine. Strongest or tallest next? I have no idea. Jayden, wait, not Jayden, Kanan, I have no idea who's the best at that. Who's the strongest or tallest? IRL. I have no idea. I have genuinely no clue. So he's not going to have a second layer. He's just going to have the first. Give him short hair. There we go. That'll work fine. I also don't know why this is so messy. So there shouldn't be any pixels over here. There we go. We will have the second layer on his arms though. However, it needs to look like it was intended to. Which is going to have stripes here. Alright, that'll work fine. Oh. Next we have the legs. This part is very, very interesting. So, fastest typer, again, I don't know all about this. Could I make it normal? I don't think the legs really matter. Nobody never notices those. Oh, I see. So it's the stripe goes up to here, almost as though it were a shoe. And then it stops here. Exactly what we're going for. I don't actually remember what I did for this, because I remember I paid a lot of attention to the fine details here. Alright, and actually I do like what I did here. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to get rid of these. It's really just this part. Yes. What's his username? Remember it was Jayden8216. Alright, so that means we'll send it to him and see what he thinks. Why is that in my downloads folder? I don't want that in my downloads. I want that on my desktop. Let's see what he thinks. All right. Let's see what he thinks. With that, that's everything. All right. We ranked. So, yeah, a good 45-minute stream that nobody watched. But yeah, it's something. Okay, we're gonna rank off of best Minecraft skins. So, we're gonna have Alright, let's start. Alright, best skin is obviously mine. It could not be anyone other than mine. And then Jayden's, because I just made it for you guys. Jayden's skin could be better. I just like the way it looks. I like my skin the best. Dom, honestly, I think his skin might be a little better than mine, but I think mine is better for me. Who has the good skin? Bookie's skin is a little bit generic, but then she added the effect here, and it's actually really great. Great skin. Let's go ahead and go on to Name MC and check out each skin. It needs to be on Name MC. Okay, that skin actually looks pretty good. Alright. Music player is a very simplistic skin. Okay, he wants longer hair. Yes. So I'm making us mad. I'm also making him not have the skin as weird as mine. Mine has a ton of fine detail on it. that might work. I think, yeah, it's a little blocky. The top could be more creative, but honestly, I think that's fine. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with this. Got it. I think it's all right. I think that works fine, honestly. All right, works. Now I'll PvP with Jayden. Let's end off the stream with some PvP with Jayden. Why not? Actually,